Hi, good morning. Today we learn about the subject Mathematics Form 1, Chapter 8, Line and Angles. Okay, we have learned two subtopics. Okay, number one is 8.2 angles related to intersecting line, and 8.3 angles related to parallel line and transversal. Standard learning. Number one, 8.2 angles related to intersecting line. The objective is number one, identify, explain, and draw vertically opposite angles and adjacent angles of an intersecting line, including perpendicular line. Number two, determine the values of angles related to intersecting line given the value of other angles. Number three, solve problem involves angles related to intersecting line. Okay, what are vertically opposite angles and adjacent angles at intersecting lines? Okay, from the result of exploration activity 4, it is found that vertically opposite angles at intersecting lines are equal. Is from A and C. A and C. Vertically opposite angles. Number 2, the sum of adjacent angles at intersecting line is 180. Example here, A and D, D and C, C and B, B and A. Okay, you can see here, this one is the vertically opposite angles. Angles A equal to angle C. Angle B equal to angle D. Okay, about the adjacent angles is here. Angle A plus angle D is 180. Angle D plus angle C equal to 180. Angle C plus angle B 180. Angle B plus angle A is 180. If two intersecting lines are perpendicular to each other, then all angles at the intersecting line have the same size of 90 degrees. Okay. Example 9. The diagram shows two intersecting lines. Identify and state A vertically opposite angles, B the adjacent angles at the intersecting line. Okay, you see here PQR. So the solution is A. Vertically opposite is mean P and R. So P and R are vertically opposite angles. The adjacent angles is, okay, intersecting line is Q and R, or P and Q. Okay, angles P and Q, Q and R are the adjacent angles at the intersecting line. How do you determine the value of angles at intersecting line? In the diagram, PSQ, RSTU, and PTV are straight line. Find the value of X and Y. Here is X, Y is here. So this one is the adjacent. Okay? Adjacent. So means that X plus 135 equal 180. X equal 180 minus 135 is 45. And how about Y? Y is the opposite. Okay, opposite. So Y is 62 degree. Okay, example 11. In the diagram, POR and POQ are straight line. Find the value of X and Y. You see here, it have X, 1X and 2Y. So, solution is POT equals 72, X plus 60 equals 72. Okay, X equals 72 minus 60 and equal 12. Okay, you can see 72 opposite. Okay, opposite is this one. Okay. Angles TOR plus 72. Okay, this one is straight line. Okay, equal 180. Okay, TOR equal 180 minus 72 equal to 108. Okay, 108. So, or how many Y? Is 2Y. 2Y equal 108 is the Y equal 54. Okay, now we go to the second standard. Is the 8.3 angles related to parallel line and transversal. Okay. For First objective is recognize, explain, and draw parallel line and transversal. 2. Recognize, explain, and draw corresponding angles, alternate angles, and interior angles. 3. Determine whether two straight lines are parallel based on the properties of angles related to transversal. Number 4. Determine the value of angles related to parallel line and transversal given the value of other angles. Number 5. Recognize and represent angles of evaluation and angles of depression in real life situation. Number 6. Solve problem involves angles related to parallel line and transversal. What are parallel line and transversal? You can see here the blue one is the parallel line. Okay? The red one is the transversal. Parallel line can be denoted using a head, as shown in the photograph. A straight line that intersects two more straight lines is known as a transversal. For the extent, straight line AB shown in the photograph is a transversal. Okay, what are corresponding angles, alternate angles, and interior angles? Okay, this number 1, number 2, and number 3. Okay, corresponding angles are equal. This look like F. Okay, you can see F. Okay, this one. So the total is same. Okay, the alternate angles are equal. Is the alternate. Okay, is like a Z. Is Z. Okay, also the same. The sum of interior angles is 180. Okay, it like a C. Okay, C. So C and D plus C, angle C plus angle D equal 180. Okay, how do you determine whether two straight lines are parallel? In each of the following diagram, determine whether straight line PQ and straight line RS are parallel. So A is parallel because 48, 48. So this is the corresponding angle. About B, this is the total is 180. So we need to calculate 40 plus 128 equal 170. Or if there is not enough until 180. So that is are not parallel. Okay, PQ and RS are not parallel. How do you determine the value of angles related to parallel line and transversals? In the diagram, PQ, RS, and TU are parallel line. Find the value of A, B, C. Okay, this one is A, that is B, this one is C. So A is alternate angles. B is corresponding angles with the B, with the this one. Okay, and the C is interior angle. B plus C equal 180. 180. 18 plus C equal 180. 180 minus 118 is become 62 angles. What are angles are elevation then and depression? The concept of angles is very important in land surveying. A land surveyor uses angles to determine the distance. The two types of angles used are the angles of elevation and the angles of depression. Okay. So this one is the elevation. This one is depression. So number 1, what a person sees an object which is at a higher level. The angles between the line of sight and the horizontal line is known as the angles of elevation. You can see here, Jeffrey see the elevation with the bird. Okay, angles A is the angle of elevation of the bird from the sight of Jeffrey. Okay, number 2, when a person sees an object which is at a lower level, the angles between the line of sight and the horizontal line is known as the angle of depression. So you can see here, Kim angles of depression with the cat. So angle B is the angle of depression of the cat from the side of Kim. So you can see the example question. The diagram shows the opposite of Debbie and Umi at two buildings on a horizontal ground. Draw and label A. Angle A to denote the angles of elevation of Umi from Debbie. B. Angle B to denote the angles of depression of Debbie from Umi. So this one is the question. Debbie is here and Umi is here. So if the question A, elevation Debbie from Debbie to Umi. So you can see the angles A here. Okay. How about B? Depression from Umi. From Umi go to the Debbie. Okay. And you can see the angles is B here. Okay, understand? You need to understand how to draw both. Okay. Okay. How do you solve problem? In the diagram, POT, QOU, PQR, and VOR are straight line. Find the value of X here. Assume PV is a horizontal line and angles PVO is the angle of depression of O from B. Find the angles of elevation of P from O. You can see here. So this one is the, you can see here is the parallel with here. Okay. So we can see the solution. Okay. Angles QOS equal to angles PQO is the alternate angle. Is the answer 110. Angles PQOR equal to angles PVR. That is the corresponding angle. This the answer is 62. Thus X equal 110 minus 62 is the answer is 48. Okay. B. Angles QOV plus 62 equal 180 if the sum of interior angles. Angles QOV equal 180 minus 62 is 118. And angles POQ equal 118 minus 75 is the answer is 43. Okay, thus the angle of elevation of P from O is 43 angles. So that's all for today. Thank you. Please subscribe, like and share this video. Bye bye.